My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Slay the Spire. We're going to be doing the daily challenge for the December 26th, 2019. Character is going to be the Watcher. Modifiers are All-Star, Time Dilation, and Lethality. As the Watcher with Lethality and even Time Dilation. And you know what? Even All-Star. All-Star oftentimes is giving you zero-cost cards. Most of the colorless cards tend to be zero-cost. That helps you increment the slow debuff on the enemies. Your strength giving you additional base damage on top of that. This is definitely going to be a kind of rush down, burst down deck. And obviously, as the Watcher, we have the ability to go into Wrath, so we're already capable of having double damage. Oh, never mind. Ooh. That's... Well, the bomb needs to get out of the deck. The Watcher is not about delay. Not at all. Everything else there is grand, though. I'm also going to be looking for a very early upgrade on my Apotheosis. Obviously, if I can hit that before the first Elite, I'm pretty happy about that. And in fact, we can. Let's take this one. The Miracles are also actually going to help for what I'm trying to do here. That being incrementing slow on the enemy. If you don't know what slow is, slow, whenever you play a card, Cultist receives 10% more damage from attacks this turn. It's the same debuff that... One sec. Weaken you, and then I'll do that, I'll do that, then I'll do that. There we go. It's the same debuff that the Giant Head has. I should try and make sure that the Hand of Greed is always my kill. Start of the next turn, enter Wrath and draw 2 cards. That's not bad. The problem is with Blind, Dark Shackles, the Bomb, Apotheosis, Vigilance. I need a lot of attacks in the deck before I can guarantee that I'm killing on the next turn with a Simmering Fury. So I feel like I'm just going to take a Sash Whip just for safety in the interim. Well, let's get Apotheosis upgraded as early as possible. So I should have done that in the opposite order. That would have been Miracle, Defend, Defend, Strike, Sash Whip. That would have done a little bit more damage. Thankfully, it doesn't matter. Crescendo, Fear No Evil, and Sash Whip. Interesting. Do I want a way to get out of my aggression? Single copy of Fear No Evil can't really serve me too poorly, I think. Transformation. I'm happy to get the bomb out of the deck. We got Magnetism instead. Ugh. The start of your turn, add a random colors to your hand. Upgrades cost only 1. I actually don't even like that. I mean, I guess it'll be good in boss fights, but that's about it. Okay, another Sash Whip. I may want to start going for a collector's bonus on Sash Whips. I'm going to upgrade the blind so that I don't have to wait until I have Apotheosis before it weakens all of my enemies. We're not going to want to draw back into and then use Dark Shackles. Strike and then Sash Whip. So we've got the enemy weakened basically forever here. We just need... really what I wanted there. That's okay. As long as I get my Hand of Greed this turn, yeah, we're all good. Frozen Egg, whenever you get a power card to your deck, upgrade it, as well as Vault, definitely here. Unless I'm avoiding rare cards, I will never avoid a Vault. Whenever you enter a Wrath, draw 2 cards. We don't enter Wrath multiple times, so this is just like 1 card positive overall. Sling of Courage, start each elite combat with 2 extra strength. Yep. I'll take that, and I'll even remove a strike. Duality, whenever you play an attack, gain 1 temporary dex. Now that's really annoying, because usually... Hang on. Let's focus for just a little bit of a second here. Usually what I'm going to want to do is play all of my defense first so that I increment the damage from slow. But here, I want to play all of my attacks first and then my defense last so that I increment my dex before I do it. It'll just be based effectively on the turn as to which of those I go for. Protect got nerfed again. Third Eye, maybe? No. Having a nice... I do like having just one protect in the deck at the absolute least. These enemies aren't affected by the slow, by the way, so we really want to get out of this fight as quickly as possible. I'm going to use Block Potion, Magnetism, and then the Sash Whip. The idea here being that I need to keep the protect in my next hand. Okay. 2 miracles to hand. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. So I go Fear, then Eruption, gaining 2 energy back. Then I use this for that kill. I Miracle and pop out that for that kill, and then Miracle for that attack. Perfect. And that makes sure that we have a perfect fight there. Girya, you can now gain strength at rest sites up to 3 times maximum. We're going to focus on doing that every single opportunity we get. Should I also take the fasting here? I think so. I think I'm going to just try and stack strength and find myself some multi-hits. Okay. Pass there. Obviously, I don't want to split the enemy before I'm going to kill it. Oh. I see what's going on here. How dare you? Yeah, I'm 1 energy short, obviously. Alright, fine. I'll split them, and then in the next shuffle, I'll get my Hands of Greed off. Just gonna Vault Pass. Still haven't found a Hand of Greed, but that's okay. I do have the ability to defend. I may even try and cycle along until I get Hand of Greed off on each of them. Well, that's another Hand of Greed. That'll make that possible. Perfect. Evaluate? See, I've been mainly avoiding defensive options so far. I think I will go with the third eye. Just help me prepare my next turn at the end of a turn oftentimes there. Okay. Blind. Dark Shackles. I'll strike, then defend, then strike again, making sure I take no damage here. Magnetism, Miracle, and Vigilance then. Magnetism just so that I have the possibility of generating another Hand of Greed. Hopefully we cycle back to ours in time. Apotheosis. I'm actually going to Purity those just so that I don't draw back into them in the new cycle. Yeah. Makes it more likely I was going to draw into the Hand of Greed. Follow-up is a lot of damage. Like, it's just a free attack, and I need attacks that I can pay for right now. It's a whole lot of damage for us. Pass. Looking for, obviously, all of my powers and setup. The 1 energy isn't currently worth the 4 strength and dex to me. Not with the hand that I have next turn. I'm definitely not capable of using the Eruption here. Okay, Apotheosis and then a Protect. That puts the Protect in the new cycle as well. It's obviously quite important to me. I'm gonna Miracle and get 2 more strikes out there. It's fine. It's gonna make us much more likely to be able to get the kill with... Okay, Vault. Kill with the... Hand of Greed, though. Teardrop Locket, start each combat in calm. Perfect. So now I no longer need to worry about using Vigilance in order to set up for the extra energy gain before my first eruption. Deceive Reality. Yeah. I do need some block cards. I'll also take a lift here. I should have tried to take more damage, not in the elite fight, but the fight before it, just so that the Hexaghost was less of a problem. Again, it's another situation if I just didn't think about the fact that Hexaghost is coming up. The problem, though, as you might have just realized, is this Hexaghost has 3 extra strength. Almost no matter what I did, I was going to be taking a whole lot of damage here. Well, I'm using Vigilance next turn anyway, right? Yeah. So I may as well throw out all that extra damage. Well, I mean, there's Vaults. I'm probably going to have a harder time on later turns. So that's 20 by 120 incoming damage? Whew! Yikes! Alright, Sash Whip is our weakness. That's why we left that there. Guess I'll take Violence. Entropic Finds. Oh, okay, we live at least. Sash Whip needs to go out first, and then it's Vigilance, Defend, Defend. That's still an incoming of 90 damage. I have a Dark Shackles in the deck, so I can either try and pop my defense right now, or I can Vault and look for Dark... I think I Vault and look for Dark Shackles. I think it's my only way. Maybe I should have used Vigilance there as well, actually. Ooh, that would have been good. Anyway, we actually managed to mitigate that that damage on that turn. So as far as I'm concerned, wow! Woo! Hell yeah! Not only that, but it looks like we're actually going to be able to perfect the fight exclusively off the back of that Dark Shackles. I feel pretty damn good about that. Conjure Blade. So Conjure Blade shuffles an Expunger, which is a perfect multi-hit card for us into our draw pile. The problem is I can't afford a turn to invest on Conjure Blade to make a large enough Expunger to want to then use that Expunger. I think it's Vault. Snagger. Well, there's 2 Vaults in the deck. 2 Hands of Greed. Sorry, 1 Hand of Greed. Vigilance, Eruption. Apotheosis is a little bad with it, but Magnetism. Honestly, I think we take it. Not being able to rest will probably end up killing me. Fasting becomes a huge problem in that deck, though. What you really want is an extra energy as well as Snecko. Although we do have the Teardrop Locket, so we can get extra energy on Will. You know what? Yes, Snecko. Let's do it. There's also a lot of cards that the Watcher will draft very, very quickly with the Snecko. So we'll be on the lookout for those. Alright. Set up this early shop as well. Okay. Dark Shackles there. Pass. I could have actually turned into Eruption there as well. It wouldn't have been that bad. See, a zero cost Vault is pretty damn good. They've not got a pre-played attack. It's fine. Strike. Throwing in Fear No Evil as well. then my double defend is enough. I need another Wrath trigger, I think, in this deck. Something I feel I kind of desperately need, even. Excellent. Money to me. Ah, Flying Sleeves deal 4 damage twice, and it retains. Yes, it's low cost, but I need it. Multiple applications of my strength and damage. I'm going to use Third Eye to see if I can... Yeah, I'm going to throw away anything there that isn't the Hand of Greed. So that I can get my extra money, especially because we're about to go into the shop. Again, I will take a Bowling Bash, despite the fact that I have the Snake Eye, because it is so important as a card. Vajra starts each combat with 1 additional strength, and Bag of Moles apply 1 vulnerable to all enemies at the start of each combat. I could Prismatic Shard here. The problem is, like, the cards from the Watcher, the cards from the Ironclad are the only really cards that I want here. So diluting my draws, diluting my possibilities to also pick up, you know, silent cards and the defect cards is actually downgrade for me overall. Alright. Now we definitely have some cards here that should probably not be in the deck anymore. What with the whole cost thing we did. The basic strikes immediately come to mind. And because I have no other AoE, I will take the second Bowling Bash there out of desperation. Upgrade all strikes and defense. No. Obviously, because we have the Apotheosis in the deck, that's not something necessary for us. Okay. Corruption. Sash Whip. Miracle. Hand of Greed. Fear No Evil, Collect. Collect is actually super useful for this kind of deck. It's set up, sure, but it's set up on the bad Snecko Eye turn for you. No. Yes. And because it puts the Miracle in your hand, you don't have to worry about drawing it and having a bad cost on it. Draw 3, actually. Good. I've already got lethal on the target. So before I do that, I should go for Bowling Bash on you, then Miracle, then kill you. Short on that kill, but... Actually, doing that will give me enough block. Beautiful. Yeah, I don't need to try and cycle back through the deck. I'm going to go for the kill. Jusu Bracelet. Normal enemy encounters and no longer encountered in question mark rooms, as well as... Like Water is actually 7 block for us every turn. Because the only turns we go into Wrath are the turns we're killing on. Still not that good. I mean, there's a point in a Snecko Eye deck of getting an Alpha, Beta, Omega, but I think that's way too slow. Like, we kill enemies many turns before that would ever happen for us, save occasional boss fights, obviously. So I've been thinking about the titling for these episodes. In particular, I've been thinking, should I name them after, like, a thing that happens in the episode? Or the date? Because I can't do the date and a thing that happens in the episode. Frankly, it becomes a real cluttered title at that rate. I guess unless instead of, 29th of December 2019 daily, I just go down to 29th of the 12th, 19. But the reason I haven't done that so far is because there is a certain population of people who tend to be largely represented in YouTube audiences who do not have a good system for month, day, and year by having it in that order. Now, I can't imagine who these people might be, but Everywhere else does day, month, year, yo. Just saying. I'm gonna go with this. Yeah, I'm still having a debate of, do I actually mention a thing that happens in the episode? Like, this would be the Strong Watcher or something. Like, look, I'm not figuring out a good name off the top of my head, but it would have a different name other than the 26th of December 2019 daily. I do not know which way I'm fully leaning on that one yet. I do love having worship in this deck. I'd like to get a second one, obviously, so that I can get my divinity in the first cycle. And then defend, miracle. Ah! Oh. And, oh. Vault and go again. Oh! Second worship. Great. So we can get divinity in a single cycle now. Gotta love that. This enemy's about to snecko me. I can't believe they would do that. Ugh. I mean, they were gonna try. Action potion. Take another flying sleeve. Still multi-hits. I'm not getting enough multi-hits right now. Extremely unfortunately. Dark Shackles hits the back line if I end up using it. Hand of Greed only does it on a non-minion enemy. Got him. Hit the non-minion enemy with it. Strawberry raising max HP by 7. Another signature move or another fasting. I'm not really using the fastings right now. Fine. Yeah, we're not getting enough curses in time to actually go for a curses bonus right there. And then I have to lift again. I'm duty bound. Now I have 7 strength at the start of each fight as the Watcher. That is atypical. Oh, I know what I'm doing. Hang on. Actually, I will leave that being my next stand. I'm going to vault. That'll give me my next stand, right? Then I'm going to miracle. The plan here being that now I can play everything. At all times. To the point of lethal? Hang on, we need to do some counting now. Because I have all of the energy to play everything I need to this turn. If I need to play everything this turn, that is. So, Wrath, 16 damage. And then we have 51, 51. But both of those will be doubled, so 102. So it's, yeah, we definitely have lethal. Hang on. Right? Yeah, we do. Got him. Told ya. Fire potion and lesson learned? Brilliance. Deals 12 damage, deals additional damage equal to the mantra in this combat? I've never seen that one before. Interesting. Blasphemy is actually probably a pretty good pick for this deck, though. Nice. Cursed Key. I mean, I could take Sozu because my final fight is just going to be pop both of those strength potions. Like, I'm leaving them until that. But I think the single curse that I'll probably end up picking over the course of this entire floor is not going to be that impactful. If I can guarantee that I end up with my Beyond Perfect, then this is all worth so far. Start with Blasphemy. Strike and upgrade. Wallop is exactly the kind of card you want for this Snecko Deco. Ooh, dupe. I do love duping cards. What would I dupe? Might be another worship, might be another divinity. Probably just those, though. What else would I do? No. I may want to wait until the next shop. I don't actually desperately love everything here. Enter Divinity Stance is really good, though. I'm going to drop that and take an Ambrosia so that I can just enter Divinity on will. And I've got a shop in 2 spaces time, so we'll look for something better there. Okay. 57, 57, 60. Okay, that's lethal on the larger target then. Alright. One more match for draw, please. There it is. Lizard Tail, when you die, heal to 50% of your max HP instead. Works once. Carve Reality. Yeah, I'll take it because I do want to have 35 cards in my deck eventually. I may actually want to even try and pad it out further than that. This is not going to have enough. I think I actually could kill with Blasphemy this turn. So Blasphemy, I end up with triple damage on this, triple damage on that is 51, so I can kill the Spiker, and then the Smite that comes out of it will definitely kill the Spiker behind, and then that strike will kill that. So it's just, do I have a matter of energy and defense for that? I do. Okay, fine. Let's do it. I just need to not play Divinity as my defense for it. That's the key right there. 1 down, 2 down, 3 down. As much as I want that crescendo, I'm going to take another third eye. Closer to a collector's bonus, that. Choose one of 3 random colorless cards to add to your hand at the start of combat is really good. I really hope this space is a shop because I really don't like any of the rest of this. Unfortunately. Yeah, yikes. Bounce now there. Giant Head, unfortunately, doesn't get affected by 2 slows at the same time there. Take a Metamorphosis. Unfortunately, on draw, that won't... Like, both Metamorphosis and the Chrysalis have the same problem, which is they cost 0 this combat, and they're in your draw pile. But when you draw them, they randomize their cost because of the Snake Eye. Ouch. Alright. Blind, Dark Shackles. We'll be playing the third eye afterwards, so it's Eruption, Carve Reality, etc., etc. It's actually Eruption first, then Carve Reality. I'm looking for a very aggressive next turn. And the Vault at the end of it is lovely. Then that. Good. Having Snecko Eye and a couple Vaults in the deck is extremely powerful. The enemy was vulnerable this turn, everything was so much better. I'm not going to allow myself to become weakened. Especially if there's no need to. Alright. That'll do it. The boot, whenever you deal 4 or less unblocked attack damage, increase it to 5. Omniscience, which will be very, very, very castable for us. Do any of these desperately need an upgrade? Yeah. So I'm going to upgrade Worship so that it retains even before I hit my Apotheosis, just in case that's necessary. I'll take a Master of Strategy because it gets added to my hand rather than drawn, so I don't have to worry about the extra cost. I also probably end up vaulting this turn. Obviously, the end of the turn. Worship Miracle and then vaults. That's a lot of eyes. All right. Hopefully the enemy's not doing a large attack next turn. That's a large attack. No, and it's next turn already? Imagine my surprise. Start with blinds. Play worship. Apotheosis upgrades the cost of omniscience, unfortunately, but then use omniscience to play. I'm gonna play collect twice. Next hand, I'm gonna have a bunch of extra energy generated for me. A bunch? Oh wow! So it doesn't stack. 2 collects don't stack by giving you 2 different miracles on the same turn. They give you extra turns on which you get miracles. Oh. No. Damn. Not really how I wanted that one to go down. Blasphemy. Okay. I could probably shut out the fight with Blasphemy next turn then. Yeah, that'll do it. Blasphemy, Carve Reality, a Smite, and Hand of Greed for the finish. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to pad my deck out to 50 cards at this point, so fine. Eternal Feather for every 5 cards in your deck. Whenever you're onto a rest site, heal 3 HP. I'll take the strike out of there. Still on my 35, thankfully. I'll take Mind Blast. For roughly that reason. Munchku, every time you play 10 attacks, gain an energy. Sands of Time? Yeah, worth it. If nothing else, it'll get retained and lower its cost if it happens to have a high cost when it gets to me. Eey, I'll take Good Instincts on this turn. I don't like this. Okay, Magnetism, Good Instincts defense. Let's go Flying Sleeves Vault. Wallop, Sands of Time, Hand of Greed. Take another follow-up just for a bit more dilution of attacks in the deck. I'll take Panic Button here because this fight really ought not go that long. Just in case I had a bunch of aggression in the opening hand, it could have been Panic Button, aggress, aggress, aggress. Obviously not how it ended up happening, but it's fine. It's Omniscience, a Bowling Bash out there, actually. Make sure that I get my Hand of Greed at the very end. Wheel Kick is exactly the kind of card we're looking for here. Draws its cards, and it has a relatively high cost of its own. Flash of Steel, just for draw. Magnetism, I'll Flash of Steel. And then kill. Dreamcatcher, whenever you're rescuing, add a card to your deck, as well as Power Potion. That could be good, but honestly, I'm going to stick with what I got. Thank you. I'll take a Cut Through Fate there. Final Smith hits another Worship. And this is going to be a fun boss fight. Let's see how this one goes. Hand of Greed. Honestly, Hand of Greed does a ridiculous amount of damage. Definitely not Blasphemy. Okay. Let's go Ambrosia. Fasting. Defends. Defends. Miracle. Omniscience on the... Wheel kick? Draw out a whole hand? Yeah, actually, I'll do that. I was going to use Omniscience on something else, but this is ultimately going to be way more impactful. Literally. Well... Just gonna double tag you with that one, and then once with this one, and then I'll kill you next turn. How about that? Good run. Honestly, save the fact that I didn't pick up a whole bunch of curses there. That feels pretty good. 1272. I'm gonna guess like maybe third page of the scores. Specifically for the Beyond Perfect and a ridiculous amount of champions there. We also got Librarian and Overkill. Money. I don't know if everyone necessarily would have gotten that, having forced out everything they possibly could have gotten from the Hand of Greed. Not that I did. Ultimately, at least. Oh, never mind. First page. Sweet. 14th. That is not that bad. Looks like Burst. Burst, you got 50 over me. What was the modifier that you got over me for 50? Because I suspect you got exactly the same for everything else. But for the moment, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourself, so I'll play this in the description down below with all of my contents of the game passwords in the future, and hopefully we'll see you next time.